Hey now. Alright, listen up. Listen up. We're gonna talk about some calories, man. Some calories. Alright, this is part one. One of two. Part one, we're gonna talk about how many calories per day. Alright? Part two, we're gonna talk about where those calories come from, alright? Alright, start it up. Alright, yo, listen up.
Step 1. How many per day?
Alright, listen, you gotta figure out how much you weigh. Step on a scale. I'm gonna use some example guy. Let's say some guy weighs 180 big ones, 180 pounders. Alright? Next thing you gotta do is figure out your goal weight. Is he trying to gain weight? Trying to lose weight? Is he trying to maintain? Alright? Obviously 190 pounds, 10 pounds, it's kind of a big jump. So maybe, set a little mini goal in between. Maybe hit, 185, hit halfway. Maybe come down to 175. Just set a goal and then do it. All right? So next thing you're going to have to figure out is your BMR. Now, what is a BMR? Basal metabolic rate. So basically, your BMR is essentially what that means is that if you sat in bed all day, if you woke up, laid in bed all day, how many calories would you need? And this takes into account like breathing, like your heart pumping blood, digesting food, maybe you got to take a poop. All these things account for, they need calories. Your body needs calories to perform its daily functions. Now, no one actually does that, sit in bed. No one sits in bed all day. You got to, go to work, go to school, work out, hang out with some people, you walking around. Whatever you're doing all day, you need a certain amount of calories. So you can calculate your BMR online with an online calculator. You just type it on Google, BMR calculator, type in your age, gender. Pretty sure it's age, gender, how much you weigh, and like how active you are. There's like 4 levels of activity that they classify, whatever. It just gives you like a ballpark, a pretty accurate number of how many calories you need in a day. Another way to do it is multiply your body weight by 14 and multiply it by 17, and that will give you like a good range. So let's say this 180-pound dude takes, the middle in between multiplying it by 14 and 17. Let's say he takes 2750. Now, this right here, the plus or minus, essentially what that means is that depending on if he's trying to gain or lose, whichever one he's trying to do, you either add or subtract. So if you're trying to gain weight, you got to add. And if you're trying to lose weight, you got to subtract. Because, in order to gain weight, you got to be at a calorie surplus. And if you're trying to lose weight, you got to be at a calorie deficit. It's very, very simple. So, this guy, what you got to do, basically, is you start at 20. Let's say this guy starts at 2750. What he needs to do next is figure out a benchmark day. So, for me, it's Monday. It's like your start day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to be eating 250 calories above or below your calculated amount that we just did right up here. Okay? So, let's say this guy eats let's say he's trying to gain weight. He adds 250 to 2750 and you get 3,000. Or if he's trying to lose, you subtract and you get 2,500. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he eats 3,000 calories. Let's say he's trying to gain. Eats 3,000 calories for those 6 days. Sunday, the day before his benchmark start day, whatever you want to call it, is kind of like a day where you don't track any calories. It's like a free day or a cheat day or whatever nice fluffy words you want to put on it. So that day is where you don't track anything. Maybe you take a mental break from tracking calories because it gets kind of annoying sometimes. Maybe Sunday's like your rest day. It doesn't have to be, but maybe it is. Sunday you eat pretty much whatever you want within reason. You don't go nuts. So that Monday though, so let's say he started on Monday. Monday's his benchmark day, eats 3,000 calories, Monday through Saturday. Sunday he eats whatever he wants within reason. Now Monday, since he's trying to gain, he's going to add 250 to 3,000. So now he's at 3,250 Monday through Saturday. Sunday eats whatever within reason. That Monday right after, now he's at 3,500, and you just keep going until you hit whatever goal you set for yourself. Or if you're cutting, it's the same thing, except you're subtracting 250. So you'd go, 2,500, 2,250, 2,000 until you hit your goal. The reason why we're using 250 is because it seems to be through a lot of research and a lot of taking into account a lot of people's body types. 250 seems to be like the safest number to add or subtract from your calorie needs. Obviously, some people might do 500 and it might respond to them better. This isn't a one-size-fits-all, but this is just the basic idea. 250 is just the recommended amount. Maybe you're trying to gain a ton of weight really fast. Maybe you want to increase 500 calories a week, or maybe you're trying to cut weight so fast. You can, I wouldn't recommend doing 500 if you're on, if you're cutting, but if that works for you, then do it. Figure out what works for you, set your goals, and go for it. So that's it, man. How many per day? You just figure that out. Now, part 2 videos coming up. Look for it. We're just going to be talking about where do those calories that we just calculated in step 1, where do they come from? All right, peace.